Yo, did y'all just see Angel Reese blast the refs like that? Oh my God.
This fan stated hate should be studied. Angel Reese hate should be studied.
Yeah, he's got his eyes on that. Seems like he could have blown a whistle.
Angel Reese, I'm so glad she chose to speak up about these terrible officials.
Angel Reese definitely erupted during a press conference immediately.
But that has to be fixed, and I don't give a damn if I get fined because that shit cheap.
Angel Reese couldn't hold back her tears after a heartbreaking loss filled with frustration.
Y'all do see her face right now, right? Y'all do see it look like she's about to cry, right? Listen to her voice when she talked. The shit be quivering.
She called out the referees in a fiery press conference, accusing them of ignoring obvious fouls.
But that has to be fixed, and I don't give a damn if I get fined because that shit cheap, and I am tired of this shit.
Fans now believe the league is favoring Caitlin Clark, while Reese is left fighting alone.
Angel Reese has a non-existent whistle, and this is a normal case for a Chicago Sky basketball game.
Angel Reese stepped into the post-game press conference with clear frustration. She openly questioned the officiating, highlighting that her team had only received 2 free throws up until the fourth quarter. When she asked the referee about it, the answer was shocking. "It's not my job," the official said.
Hey, we only shot 2 free throws. We only went to the free throw line twice up into the fourth quarter, and she tells me it's not her job.
Reese didn't hold back, saying, "I don't give a damn if I get fined." "I'm tired of this." Her voice cracked slightly, and her body language showed the emotional weight of the game. For a player fighting so hard on the court, the lack of calls was a deep betrayal. This wasn't just about one game, it was about being ignored, even punished for playing hard.
We know we can compete with the best, but that has to be fixed, and I don't give a damn if I get fined because that shit cheap, and I am tired of this shit. Because I've been nice and I've been humble with it, but I am tired of this shit.
Just minutes after the final whistle, Angel Reese's anger turned into disappointment. In a press conference that felt more like a breaking point, she spoke out emotionally, condemning the referees for their role in the team's loss. It wasn't just a normal loss, it was a night where Angel made history with another dominant performance, but still faced silent whistles.
Angel Reese definitely erupted during a press conference immediately after the Minnesota Lynx games because of the WNBA referees.
Despite her incredible streak of 15-plus rebounds per game, she felt ignored on the court. It was clear from her words. She's tired of being overlooked while others, like Caitlin Clark, get the benefit of the doubt. Her emotion wasn't just frustration, it was exhaustion from repeated disrespect.
Angel Reese make history again with 5 straight 15-rebound games, longest WNBA streak in history.
Can we come to an agreement that the refs are bad, or Caitlin Clark still can't complain about it, but everyone else can?
During the presser, Angel Reese's voice trembled as she said, "That has to be fixed. I'm tired of this." Her words echoed across social media, instantly sparking conversation about fairness in the league. Many fans believe Caitlin Clark gets favorable calls, while Reese constantly fights for fouls that are never blown.
She just blasted the WNBA refs in the post-game interview and on Twitter or X, whatever you call it.
Angel's breakdown wasn't staged, it was real emotion from a player who feels cheated. While some framed it as just a loss, for Angel, it was another night of battling both opponents and officials. The tears weren't just about the scoreboard, they were about injustice.
You know, her fans is definitely speaking online. This fan stated hate should be studied. Angel Reese hate should be studied. She just made WNBA history again.
Angel Reese joined the growing list of WNBA stars calling out biased officiating. The clip of her reaction after the game quickly went viral, with commentators calling her words diabolical. A video showed an obvious foul and arm clearly wrapped around her waist that was completely ignored by the referee. This isn't just about physicality, it's about the double standard.
Joining the chorus of WNBA players this season who have been criticizing officiating. Diabolical, she says. And look at that arm around her waist. Angel was pissed after the game.
Caitlin Clark is praised and protected, while Angel is punished for speaking out. As emotions spilled over, Angel didn't hold back. Fans watching closely saw a player cracking under the weight of unfairness.
Can we come to an agreement that the refs are bad, or Caitlin Clark still can't complain about it, but everyone else can?
Yo, did y'all just see Angel Reese blast the refs like that? Oh my God. She just blasted the WNBA refs in the post-game interview and on Twitter or X.
Supporters pointed out that Angel Reese has taken foul after foul without any calls, especially after rebounds, what fans now call me-bounds. Every time she fought under the rim, she was hacked, pushed, or grabbed, but whistles stayed silent.
Angel Reese got foul hacked again after every rebound, me-bound, any way you want to call it. Angel gets wally hacked when she goes back up after every offensive rebound.
Meanwhile, games featuring Caitlin Clark often see her going to the line for the slightest contact. Angel's emotional outburst isn't surprising when you consider this ongoing pattern. The pressure built up over games and finally burst during this latest loss. As fans cry foul, Angel simply cried.
Y'all do see her face right now, right? Y'all do see it look like she's about to cry, right? Listen to her voice when she talks. The shit be quivering.
Social media exploded after the game, with fans rallying behind Angel Reese and slamming the officials. They pointed out how she gets fouled constantly after rebounds, elbows, shoves, hacks, yet nothing is called. One fan said, "The refs are keeping Angel from breaking more records."
Now, her fans is also voicing frustration about the way Angel Reese is actually being treated and handled on the basketball court, bro. We're not going to tolerate the harassment and the attack.
There's growing belief that Reese is targeted or overlooked on purpose, especially when compared to how frequently Caitlin Clark gets to the line. This loss wasn't just on the scoreboard, it was a battle against the whistle. That imbalance is breaking Reese mentally, and fans are watching it happen in real time.
Angel Reese, I'm so glad she chose to speak up about these terrible officials. 16, 17, and 6 with the worst whistle in the league. Can we come to an agreement that the refs are bad? Or Caitlin Clark still can't complain about it, but everyone else can?
Angel Reese didn't just lose a game, she lost patience. In the game against the Minnesota Lynx, she posted another incredible stat line: 16 points, 17 rebounds, and 6 assists. Yet despite that dominant showing, she left the court furious. The refs allowed overly physical play on her without any accountability.
Angel Reese is the best point guard in the league. Oh, man. I ain't say that. That ain't me. 16 points, 17 rebounds, and 6 assists in a loss to the Minnesota Lynx.
Angel Reese definitely erupted during a press conference immediately after the Minnesota Lynx games because of the WNBA referees.
Fans shared clips showing defenders hanging on her arms and pushing her from behind, all ignored. The lack of protection sent a message. Effort doesn't matter when the refs have their favorites. That's why Angel's emotions exploded, because her work is being disrespected.
But that has to be fixed, and I don't give a damn if I get fined because that shit cheap, and I am tired of the shit. Because I've been nice, it has to be fixed, and I think this is a leaping step for us, and obviously we know we can compete with the best.
Analysts highlighted a shocking missed call. A referee watching directly as Angel Reese got grabbed around the waist during a rebound and still didn't blow the whistle. The slow-motion footage made the no call even more outrageous. "Leave room for Jesus," one sarcastically said, mocking the tight hold. That moment summed up what Angel has faced all season: no justice in the paint. This kind of officiating has frustrated other players too, but when it happens repeatedly to one of the league's hardest working rookies, the emotional toll is visible. Angel's tears weren't weakness, they were resistance.
Diabolical, she says. And look at that arm around her waist. Leave room for Jesus, as they used to say to us back in junior high and high school. There it is. You can see the referee. Yeah, he's got his eyes on that. Seems like he could have blown a whistle.
Another clip from the fan reactions showed how bad the officiating has gotten. An entire half of basketball with one free throw? A viewer asked. The Sky's games, especially with Reese on the floor, often involve overly physical defense being ignored. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark gets praised and protected, sometimes for much less contact. That's where the favoritism angle hits hard. Angel's frustration is about more than a single game. It's a pattern of negligence. Her breakdown wasn't isolated. It's the boiling point of weeks of silent suffering on the hardwood.
This one says, can someone remind me if fouls are called? What exactly are they paying these refs for? An entire half of basketball with one free throw. Angel Reese has a non-existent whistle, and this is a normal case for a Chicago Sky basketball game.
Now, her fans is also voicing frustration about the way Angel Reese is actually being treated and handled on the basketball court, bro.
Despite being under constant pressure and bad whistles, Angel Reese is still delivering. In this game, she posted 16 points, 17 rebounds, and even added 6 assists, all while visibly emotional. Commentators praised her for trying everything to keep the team alive, but fans couldn't help but focus on the unfair treatment. One viewer summed it up: Angel's playing with the worst whistle in the league. The numbers prove she's elite, but the referees aren't treating her that way. That disconnect is why she walked off that court broken, not from losing, but from being ignored.
Angel Reese would be averaging 20-plus points a game if the refs called the games fairly.
She tried everything she could to possibly keep the team in it, and she did a good job at that too. So she finished with 16 points, had 6 turnovers, 1 block, that Nafisa block, 6 assists, 17 rebounds.
Angel Reese speaking up didn't just spark debate, it exposed the WNBA's biggest controversy. Fans online said it loud: Reese is speaking what Caitlin Clark can't, that the refs are trash. While Clark receives sympathy and support for soft fouls, Reese gets silence and shoves. The visual proof is everywhere: players bodying Reese under the rim, but not a single whistle. Her courage to finally say, "I'm tired of this," became more than a quote. It turned into a statement against double standards, and her emotional moment was not weakness, it was truth.
Angel Reese, I'm so glad she chose to speak up about these terrible officials. 16, 17, and 6 with the worst whistle in the league. Can we come to an agreement that the refs are bad? Or Caitlin Clark still can't complain about it, but everyone else can? 100% agree with Angel Reese here. Free throw difference at the first half was ridiculous.
Even commentators began pointing out missed calls. She probably could have gotten a foul on that one, one host said after watching a tough sequence where Reese was clearly bumped. But instead of reacting with anger, Angel stayed composed until the press conference. That's when she finally let it out. A player doing everything right, still getting nothing. When the referees miss calls that obvious, it tells players like Reese that they don't matter as much. That feeling builds over time. And for Reese, it finally overflowed in the most human way with tears.
She did have some plays where I was like, she probably could have got a foul in that one, I'm not gonna lie, but
Hey, we only shot 2 free throws. We only went to the free throw line twice up into the fourth quarter, and she tells me it's not her job. We know we can compete with the best, but that has to be fixed. And I don't give a damn if I get fined, because that shit cheap, and I am tired of the shit. Because I've been nice and I've been humble with it, but I am tired of the shit.
There's no denying Angel Reese is dominating on the court, but it's not translating into fair treatment. Her fans are saying it loud. The league praises her stats but doesn't protect her. During the Minnesota game, she was thrown around like she didn't matter. The refs didn't just miss 1 or 2 calls, they let the physicality go all night. Meanwhile, for players like Caitlin Clark, even light bumps become whistles. This favoritism is no longer hidden, it's on full display. And Reese's breakdown shows how deep that injustice cuts.
That's a foul, y'all. That's a foul. Hold on, let me get back to it, because that was crazy. That's a foul. You have to call that foul. She got her arm around her and they're both hitting her wrist. That's a foul. She commented and said diabolical. And then she said, I don't give a F, do better at WNBA. Whoa, Angel Reese is not playing games. Let's take a look at the video and see what she had to say, y'all.
Angel's pain didn't come from losing it, came from feeling invisible. Her body took hit after hit while she fought for rebounds, only to see the officials look the other way. At the same time, opposing players were clearly pushing and boxing her out with excessive force. Her frustration turned into a boiling silence, and then finally into visible emotion. That's what made her post-game comments so real. They weren't just about one bad night. They were about every ignored foul, every swallowed whistle, and every time the league made her feel unseen.
It's tough when you talk to officials and I ask them, hey, we only shot 2 free throws. We only went to the free throw line twice up into the fourth quarter, and she tells me it's not her job.
See, that's crazy. I got to keep it real. That's crazy. WNBA, y'all got to clean up I've been saying it for all of the Indiana Fever game. Caitlin Clark gets beat up every single game, bro. And in other games, these games are hard to watch, bro. Y'all need to clean up the game. Angel Reese is wilding right now.
The most painful part for Angel Reese might not be the officiating, but the reaction to it. The moment she speaks up, critics call her dramatic. Yet when others do the same, like Caitlin Clark or Kelsey Plum, the league applauds their passion. Reese's words, "I'm tired of this," were treated differently. It's the same complaint, but two different responses. That's why her breakdown matters. Because this isn't just a problem with the refs, it's a problem with perception. And Angel Reese, tearful and furious, just made the entire world notice.
All you gotta do is fix it. That's all you gotta do. You so busy looking for drama and pushing fake rivalries and shit like that, you don't even have the game organized professionally. Look at who's complaining. You had Kelsey Plum sitting there with a goddamn Nike check on her cheek from getting scratched, complaining about the referees.
She fought for every rebound and got nothing in return. She probably could have got a foul on that one. She was pissed after the game. Can we agree the refs are bad? Or only Caitlin Clark can complain?
Angel Reese got foul hacked again after every rebound, any way you want to call it.
She did have some plays where I was like, she probably could have got a foul in that one. I'm not going to lie, but
She was pissed after the game.
Can we come to an agreement that the refs are bad? Or Caitlin Clark still can't complain about it, but everyone else can?
Angel Reese definitely erupted in the press conference. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to keep this conversation going.